What is going on? Happy Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday. Some special day. We got 600 yards to the placing boom, but also through the 47 meter boom into and through the placing boom. So I've done a few pours here with this setup and it works real good so far. Yeah, there is a lot of concrete to go in this hole here. I think that pour there is about 1900 yards. So yeah, there is some decent volume here. That is our brand new to us 40 meter placing boom on the old RS 850 mast. It's got the Series 2 to RS 850 adapter. For those of you who know what that piece is, basically adapts the previous style placing boom to the newer style RS 850 mast versus the old style lattice tower mast. So this RS 850 is a lot easier to work with and much more efficient for several reasons, which I've covered in a couple recent videos that will have been released by the time this one is. Anyhow, double in 5-inch hose off the 47 will connect up to the hard line. Meter or grouch showing up, prime through everything all at once. Boom, boom, boom. It's that easy in theory. We'll see. Pet peeve, one of many, when somebody leaves a shovel like that. Fixed it. Might have saved somebody's teeth and or junk. Is that a wire braided 5 or we just use the regular one?
I believe they're all wire braided.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. A little bit to your right. Probably about a foot. Yeah, that looks good. I'm just going to clean up the Vicolic on it. It's a bit dirty, so just hang on a sec.
You want to pull it right out or just clean the outside?
I'm just going to pull it out, put the clamp around it. It's just saying.
Oh, yeah. That's an HD or not an HD? They refer to it as Vicolic.
Metric, it kind of looks like a Vicolic.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the lip is as... Oh, yeah. Right. Because the lip's not as big. Makes sense. Clamp hammer.
Okay.
I'll hold it if you want to clamp it. Jesus. Nice. All right, we are all connected up. Hammer shutoff valve. End of the day when we're done, we'll hammer this closed, pinch off the hose with the air cuff, disconnect the hose, let that little bit of hose drain out, very little mess, put the blow cap on, put the sponge in, air on, open the valve up, push everything through. Easy peasy, right? This whole line is fairly temporary here. This is going to change almost by the day as they build out of the hole here. And look what has arrived. Our grout's been here for a little while. Concrete, real concrete has just shown up. Tight little setup here. The 47 is such a nice in-between size. In between like a 40 meter and a 56, 58 meter. Surprising to me how many jobs we have where this pump is kind of specifically the one that's needed. So And we'll get this guy on and slop this stuff up. All right, it's grout time. Now, I've learned from previous videos not to stand beside the hopper or I'll get absolutely covered in grout. Watch, Mike's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. I'm gonna stand behind the hopper lid.
You want me to take the lid off for you, or?
No, you're gonna, oh, so I can see over it? I was just mentioning how you're gonna get soaked with grout because you're standing right in the splash zone.
Where's that hammer? On your fender.
He likes to make fun of me because he's like an inch taller than I am. But I actually look taller because he's like 3 feet wide.
We are ready, we are ready. Nice.
Well, there goes my theory about you getting dirty. If I was standing there, I would have got splashed.
You're lower to the ground. So lower.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Come on.
I'm just going to go home at this point. Away we go.
Doesn't happen on the 56. It must be a 27 thing.
I better get over to the other side of the pump. And I don't know how I'm going to do that because I'm really hemmed in. Oh, sneak through. Through, up, down, through, up, down. You know how it goes. I wish I could actually be down there for this. Yeah, this should bomb through here, no problem. We'll just listen for it, that's what we'll do, because we can't see it. Oh, you hear the pipe slapping? That's good. Should be coming through that placing boom any second now. Only thing that'll stop us is the cold weather and freezing today. It ain't that cold, but it's pretty darn cold. Not cold enough to freeze the prime of the pipes. At least I don't think. And they are through. Fairly anticlimactic. Yep, looks like concrete. All right, here we are back at the pour. Just got the call. Apparently the 47 meter pump was having a little bit of an issue with RPM fluctuating. So we're gonna go have a look at it. It sounds like it's been rectified now. She seems to be humming away just fine. We'll go take a look, talk to Mike, see what it was doing, see if we can figure out why it was doing it, and see if we can come up with a plan to prevent it from happening again on this pour. So check in a minute. Oh, and just as I approach, see if it does it again. It was falling down almost like when you have this pump in econo gear, which is 10th gear, and there's a detent switch which limits the RPM to 1350 RPMs while pumping. If you try and go over that, it doesn't just stop increasing. it'll actually fall back down below 1350. And that's what it just did there. We'll see if we can catch it again here. So, my immediate suspicion based on what it's doing, there's two detent switches on that transmission. One is for 10th gear, one is for reverse. The 10th gear detent, if that gets stuck, it's basically a spring-loaded ball bearing. If it starts getting stuck or acting up, shorting out, it'll trick the pump into thinking it's in 10th gear, and it'll kill the RPM. So what I might do is dig in here on top of the transmission. They're very easy to access. I might climb in here when we get a break, and I'll disconnect the connector from that switch, because the way that switch works is when it's open, it's not active. As soon as the ball is tripped, that's when it activates and it tries to limit the RPM. So if I just disconnect the connector completely that goes to it, it's basically locks it into the open position, shall we say. So we'll do that when we get a second here. Okay, little break in trucks. Let's dig into this. Step one, pull the rock off the gas pedal. Which most of the time won't do anything anyhow. Yes, in this case it's not. Okay. First thing to check, the simple stuff, handbrake. Make sure it's all the way pushed forward. If it's not, that'll cut out your cruise control and cut out your throttle. Second thing, the finger switch on the clutch here. It can often get knocked around to the wrong side. See how the throttle dropped down? It's got to be on the top side of that little finger there. Okay, can you put it in neutral? Like gear? Yeah, take it out of gear, put it in neutral. Okay, I'm going to undo one of these detent switches, and we'll just see what it does here. So there's two switches. One at the front right here that I can unhook. There's one further back that I can unhook. I do not recall offhand which one is for reverse and which one is for 10th gear. So we'll start with this one right here. Try unhooking this one. This is how we'll determine what's what. Okay. With your clutch pushed in, can you just throw it in reverse? I'm just going to see if the lights come on. If they don't come on, we know that that was the reverse switch. Okay. So that was the reverse detent. And you had it in reverse? Yep. Okay, lights never came on. Okay. So we know this front one is for reverse. So we're going to reconnect this. Okay. Can you put it in 10th gear? PTO 10th gear. Okay, I'll fire the remote up, and this should limit us to 1350.
Keep going. That's over. Yeah. That came back in.
Yeah, so we hit the limit. Okay, so that's connected, okay. So just for testing purposes, I'm gonna undo this switch at the back. Can you put it in neutral again? got this with one hand. We'll undo this guy right here. That's now disconnected. Now just for testing purposes, we'll put it back in 10th gear. We'll boot up our remote. And this should rev more than 1350. Okay, so that was our 10th gear econo gear switch, our RPM limiting switch. So put her back in 9th gear now then, because we're not pumping this in 10th gear. It's way too much horsepower consumption for that. That's for easy jobs. Okay, so we know we have our 10th gear detent switch deactivated. It's out of the system. So now we're going to rev it back up. We'll start pumping again, and we'll see if the RPM continues to fluctuate on us. If not, we know we fixed our problem. So I have a hunch that's very likely it. If that doesn't fix it, my next suspicion is going to be the speed sensor, which is in the side of the transmission. It's extremely easy to get at. It's basically just a magnet, and it quite often gets bunged up with just a little bit of metal particulate, just junk from the transmission fluid. Sometimes it's just a matter of taking the sensor out, wiping the face of it clean, and reinstalling it. On newer machines, and everybody loves to complain about computer this and computer that, on the newer Putzmeister machines, you can actually override that speed sensor right from the ergo box. A couple turns of a knob, and you're done. You don't have to manually go in there and clean the thing off on the job site to get the job done. So, anyhow, we'll see how this works out. I will check back in shortly and see if we fix the problem or not. I think there's a good chance we got it, but we'll see here shortly. Okay, so we've pumped off about 3 loads here since disconnecting that 10th gear detent switch, and we have not had any RPM issues since. So knock on concrete, I think it's safe to say that we fixed the issue. We found our problem. While I'm here, and it's going to get noisy when I climb under there, I'm going to point out where that transmission speed sensor is. Side to do this. It's a lost cause from this side. Bear with me. I'll try from this side. You'll see right at the tail shaft of the transmission where the drive shaft comes out. Right. So it's that sensor that threads into the side there. Super easy to get at. Pop it out, wipe it clean, give her another go. So now the one disclaimer with disconnecting that 10th gear RPM switch, once you've done that, if you are to run the pump in 10th gear, if you exceed the 1350 RPM limit, you'll cook your hydraulic oil in a real hurry. We had an older machine with a aftermarket transmission which did not incorporate that switch, and yeah, I found that out the hard way. I put it into overheat mode within about 5 minutes, so don't do that. The one other thing to check, and I've never really had issues with this, but this could be an issue as well, the brake pedal, brake treadle, whatever you want to call it. If that were sticking, that would also cause RPM issues. Easiest way, see if your brake lights are on. If your brake lights are on, it's either your hand valve or your foot switch, right? So anyhow, so those are the main things. First thing I check is the hand valve. Second thing I check is that whisker switch on the clutch. Check your brake pedal as well. Check your speed sensor, which is really something you can't really easily check on site. And then also the detent switches on the transmission. And as we have discovered today, and I will remember this for next time, the switch for the 10th gear RPM limiting is towards the rear of the transmission. This is a maxi torque 10 speed. So on this transmission, it is towards the rear. So we'll remember that one too. lastly, one other thing, as you noticed earlier, we had the block of concrete on the gas pedal, or throttle pedal I should say, which was effectively doing nothing. We have pumps where it does control the throttle. It will throttle up from that mechanically when it's in PTO, and we have pumps that don't. I've never really gotten a good explanation as to why some do and why some don't. I've been told it can be in the software. Sometimes having a software update can change the status of that. Somebody who's smarter and more well-versed than myself on these Mack trucks, if you want to chime in and you have a precise answer and reason as to why it's that way, please do. I would be curious to know, but that's the only explanation I ever got, is that it's something in the software. So seems to be the default excuse these days, right? Especially with the newer trucks, but it is what it is. I feel like this almost needs to be the logo for the channel. This right here. Boom, there it is. All right, let's go down below and see how the Jag-Man is making out here. And I didn't bring coffee today. I'm actually all squared up with him, but that's not the reason why I didn't bring him coffee. I had planned to, but I had to expedite my arrival here due to the previously spoken about issue with the pump, which is still fixed. It's still working. Ain't that great? Anyhow, we'll just sneak down here into the belly of the beast. Like I said, this is all temporary. This will be much more firmly and positively installed once we get out of the hole here, or at least get the slab on grade down. Did I ever mention how much I love that the pipe runs within the rectangular perimeter of this RS850 mast? Hey, did you hear that I fixed the pump?
Let's feature in your video.
No, I did. I fixed the pump. I actually fixed something, and I think it worked. He was having RPM issues.
Tell me, how did you do that?
You'll have to watch my video to find out. No, it's just a little detent switch on top of the transmission. You know how when you're in 10th gear, it limits you to 1350 RPM? Okay, even though we were in 9th gear, that switch somehow was shorting out or closing up, and it was tricking the pump into thinking it was actually in 10th gear, so it was dropping the RPM down.
Which with the split?
No. It's actually on top of the transmission. I'll show you the picture. I couldn't explain it to you without showing it to you, but we fixed it. Super easy, simple fix.
That's good.
It is good, right?
Yeah.
I'm not just dead weight after all.
You saved my day. Otherwise, I was thinking I'll be here till 11, man.
I know that the bad news is I didn't bring coffee.
No, you can take the remote. I can have coffee. For 3 of us. You
want to stay?
Where is he getting coffee from? The
Burnaby Hospital, Tim Hortons, right here, 150 meters. 5 minutes to go, 5
Is it?
minutes back. I can order from mobile.
Okay.
And I'll just pick it up and bring it back.
Okay, let's do that. Should we give the kid a break?
Thank you.
Yeah, I think he deserves a break. Sure. Plus, I really, really want to play around with this boom. Man, I tell you, this boom is nice. Who tuned this thing? Probably some crusty old guy. But yeah, the proportions are great. It's actually nice and smooth. And no, that short piece of 5-inch metric pipe, that extension does not put the boom over its weight limit. FYI. Reason why we use that, when we go to blow out, gives us more space to get more water in there to push through, get things a little bit cleaner. It also really helps stabilize the hose at the end there, so. I think he was just telling me I'm doing a really good job. Yeah, I know this thing's dialed in, which makes me happy. Look at this role reversal. So I get you Starbucks and you get me Tim Hortons. I get you Nordstrom, you give me Walmart.
Thanks,
Man, oh man.
That we have Tim Hortons nearby. So I'll talk to Adrian for this pad for the washout. And then yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give Jag the remote back, but I gotta get this on camera.
You
See
like
this?
the-
See this? Okay, I'm gonna give you your remote back.
You like this big hose?
Hold on. Give you the remote back. Now, when he took this off, he made a comment that I would probably have to adjust it and make it bigger. You know, because I'm older and fatter. But you watch this.
Why do
Watch
you
when he
always-
puts this on.
Why do you make fun of
Watch
me?
when he puts this on. Oh, suck it in, suck it in. Oh yeah, I actually had to tighten it up. These kids, you know, they give us old guys no credit, man. I got a waist like an ant, buddy, like a freaking ant.
You are fat, I would say.
I'm fat? Oh, fit. About a month ago I was fat, now I'm fit.
I thought that. Oh, you're good.
2021 Canadian National Champ, bro, classic physique. IFBB Pro. Look me up on Instagram. Maybe don't, unless you like seeing pictures of dudes in their underwear posing and doing weird stuff. He might, I think he might. We've done this before.
Yes, sir.
So all we gotta do, we gotta kill it. Battery out. Teach battery in. Make sure to hold both buttons down while powering it up. And you'll get the flash, the quick flash. That's how you know it's in teach mode. Let go of the buttons. Connect this thing. And all I'm gonna do, I wanna take a little bit of heat out of the left slew on the engagement point. So find that engagement point right over there. And I'm just gonna do 2 firm taps on that minus button. And this pump is pretty responsive to change, so it doesn't take much. Other pumps, you might have to hold them down a little longer, but this remote is very good. Oh, I think that actually did it. Let's see. Very nice to the right. And when I go to the left, I go by kind of ear end feel. So when I can hear those hydraulics load up, you hear that pilot valve load up, you know that your stack valve is engaging. I think that's really good. To save your settings, hit the red button, boom, save. If you don't hit the red button and you just take the battery out, nothing is saved. Go back to a regular one. Fire it up like normal. Give her a whirl.
Watch out.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Just like that, you're good. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Okay, Jag likes my adjustments. To the left, Slew is perfect now, right? Is it perfect?
That's chest thumping.
Is it? Yeah, it's perfect, right?
Oh yeah.
Chest thumping. Yeah, we're chest thumping.
So let's see.
Yeah, he likes it. You can give it a try. If anything, I mean, it slowed down a lot. So it's going to be a transition from what it was.
It is going to right.
Yeah. It's going to the right. Now what about the left? How's the left?
He's walking so slowly with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And now going to the left.
See the left. Oh, we nailed it. Right?
See this?
We nailed it. You think we nailed it?
Yeah. See this?
But it's not too slow, right?
No.
Excellent.
That's exactly how you need it.
Yeah.
Because this is now footing, but when you pour slab,
Yeah. Oh, it's
you
perfect.
need to move with the whole
Yeah,
side.
we got to keep her on. Got to keep Bigger on happy.
Oh, you can't.
See, I know something after all. I know some stuff, right?
Most of it.
Most stuff, yeah.
Will you tell me about that switch?
Yeah, I told him. I'll tell you more. Yeah, I'll show you the video. I recorded all. It's gonna be great. But yeah, we'll talk about it. Okay, well that's gonna be it for me here today. I did want to hang out and catch the blowout, but unfortunately our dispatcher is down in sunny Disneyland for the next 4 working days, so I get to play dispatcher. CNN?
Yeah.
Well, you better hide, buddy. You're wanted. You're a wanted man. Yeah. But yeah, anyhow, so I got to back do that. And yeah, for anybody, pump guys, who've ever had to do pumping and dispatch, they'll probably agree with me that I will take pumping, running pump, any day over dispatch. I think I still have PTSD for when I was doing it full time. It was a full-time gig a few years back. Guys calling in sick, pumps running late, customers calling to cry about everything. Your line pump operator washed out a hose in my flower bed, yada yada yada. Anyhow, be nice to your dispatch guys. It's a terrible job. Anyhow, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Oh, and we got 1,500 meters coming up here soon, if I didn't mention that earlier. That's probably a month from now, so don't miss that one. Right in here, right in here. It's gonna be great. Over and out.